Mm, mm, mm.
Mm, mm, mm. What's happening, Mark J? What's
Mm.
happening, man?
What's up, fam? She
Man,
got
I'm just
Sean. This feels like a one-on-one
a
reunion for
family
me.
reunion.
Oh, right.
That's what it feels like. That's what it
What
feels like.
it do? I missed you all.
I'm
Okay, well,
goddamn
look. Well,
listening to
first and
Mark. God
foremost, I'm gonna welcome each and every one of y'all because I know everyone will be rewatching this. So each one of y'all that's watching right now, the newcomers, the beginners, and also the people that are gonna be joining, as I see the numbers rising very, very quickly on my
damn.
end.
Do, do,
So
do.
before we get started, it's been a while. CJ, Shonda,
What up, though?
the,
What up, though?
post COVID and all that, everyone getting busy. What the hell y'all been doing?
Man, I've been just chilling, man, trying to get back into the swing of things since we outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't spring came in, peeped around the corner, said peekaboo, went on back out. But it's coming back though. It's coming back. It said we'd be back in a couple weeks. Yeah. So I've been chilling,
Okay,
man,
okay.
for real. I've been chilling. Been chilling.
And Shonda, I know the Wine and Wisdom podcast popping off, got the YouTube channel, got all those video flyers and all that fancy stuff that we like to see on social media. What in the blue hell you been doing?
Hmm.
I've been trying to make it do what it do.
Make
I
it
got that
do.
itch originally on 101, and I liked it. And so, me and the girls, we just trying to keep it cute, keep it classy, and keep it going. And
I
so
know that's right.
Okay, okay.
yeah.
Now, while you have the platform, we have some. I'm gonna say we, because we got some events coming up. Go ahead, just real quick, brief. Tell us about the things that's coming up for you.
Well, April 16th, April 16th, Fedora Fits and Heels. My homegirl Nicole, her product Quick Lid is hosting this event, but it's going to be an amazing event. It's called Fedora Fits and Heels. It's a networking brunch, red carpet event. We will have DJ Mark J on the ones and twos. We will have Virgil Odell, the celebrity photographer and videography. We will have the Patrice from Brown Sugar Productions as our mistress of ceremonies for
All
that
right.
day. And we will also, as the Ladies of Wine and Wisdom, be podcasting live
All right now.
for the event. So it is April the 16th. Mark your calendars from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. a red carpet networking event. You can go to www.theeliteexp.com to purchase your tickets there. We'd love to have you.
Good deal. Good
Hey,
deal.
D.
Word. Now we're gonna have an official check-in. See people coming in. Before we get started, y'all know what we talking about. Go ahead and start posting questions, posting how you feel about it, because we're probably going to basically just run through, because it ain't about our opinions. It's a hot topic. We want to talk about it, and that's what we on here to do. So y'all can go ahead and start posting your questions, and just tell us how you feel about it.
And before we get started, for real, there is
Okay.
no right or there is no wrong answer. There's no need to get upset with anybody, because we've been talking. This has been talked about all day long. I seen people getting heated disputes and whatnot. You feel how you feel. You protect your honor of your madam the way you want to. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you feel like saying, say it. And you don't have. It's not about, oh, I got 8 likes on my comment. It doesn't matter. It's your opinion. You got one, we got one. You know what I'm saying? We all run for president and we all get one vote from ourselves. Guess who wins? We all win. But back to you, Mark.
Well, I mean, I said we break right into it. I got a little video, a little something whipped up. We're gonna go through some videos and
run the tape.
Run the tape.
Run it, coach.
Uh-oh. Is that before or after the slap?
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Everybody laughing. Jada a little distraught.
I'm gonna pause right there. For real. That joke won't even funny.
It won't
funny.
I'm a comedian. It hit with me because I knew exactly what he was talking about, but I didn't know she had alopecia or whatever that thing is called.
Alopecia.
Alopecia. I didn't know anything about the illness, so I laughed. You know what I'm saying? See, and that's another thing. When we get into situations where we don't know everything about us, you know, what's going on, it's okay to laugh. But once you recognize that, oh, she's in the front row and she has this horrible disease, then it ain't funny to me. So I did laugh at the joke because I didn't know what was going on.
I took it as, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Was he talking about her haircut and the color she had on? I know he was talking about the haircut, but I took it as, oh, he's a comedian. She's close. He saw her hair and the color she had on. He went for G.I. Joe Jane 2. And I just thought it was a joke.
I didn't get it because I was doing something totally different. I looked on social media, and somebody said Will Smith just smacked Chris Rock. I didn't even get the joke, and then when I did, you know, kind of realize, okay, that's what they had to have. I didn't even pick up the color. It just wasn't funny to me, just to me.
I got you.
Well, we gonna keep it moving. So let's go.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard.
All right, now right here. let's talk about it. Let's go grown man on real quick. Let's go real quick. Let's go grown man. Okay, now, CJ, you're a comedian.
I am. But don't come up on that. Don't be walking toward me like that when I'm talking now, because I done probably said a whole lot of stuff that you don't like. Even though most of my comedy is clean, you know, I might hit on something that just don't set right with you. But when I see you approaching me like that, my first thing is, hold up. Once he invade my personal space, ain't no rules. That's just the way I see it. Once you invade my personal space, you ain't gonna even have time to cock it, because I'm already ready to. I'm just saying. And I'm not gonna give away too much of my information, but that wouldn't have ended the way it ended. All right, Shawnee, up to you.
You know, here's where I'm gonna leave it. Just lead up to this. Now knowing what has happened, it's even funnier to see this man laughing at what he doesn't know is about to be a direct assault. Like he's thinking Will about to come up here and clown with me. You know, oh, it's about to get funny.
That's how I looked at it. I thought it was like a
Kanye
Kanye
part of the
moment.
show.
Yeah, at worst, a Kanye moment. I thought at worst.
At worst, it was a Kanye moment.
Right.
You know. So all right. So we gonna keep it moving. I
thought it was part of the script because I knew he was gonna win. I thought he was gonna win an Oscar, but then at the end of the show, they was gonna say he won the Oscar, but he fooled all you guys too. And that was the best performance of the night because it was a fake slap. That's what I thought. I was telling people that this ain't real. He gonna, you know, we gonna get it by the end of the night. Never happened.
It was clean too. It was. We gonna get that. It was clean.
Oh wow!
Hold on.
It ain't funny though. It ain't funny.
No, I'm saying though. I will run it back. Hold on, because
that was my first.
Wow!
So the follow through, I thought he had just threw the football. You know?
That was one of the cleanest slaps I've ever seen.
Did you see his face right here?
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was a joke.
Right. You see his face right there? He did not look.
Exactly. Yeah. But see, that's stop. Let's stop. That's where the opportunity for Chris came in right there.
Mm-hmm.
You done slap me and you done turn your back on me. Oh my goodness, it's Christmas. It's Christmas all over again. You're not gonna get that. You know, because now everything you do, it's you asked for it. But Chris ain't but 150 now, so we got to get that into perspective.
And we're gonna talk about that.
I would be getting my 150 drag, okay? Because I would
You say you got the hip pivot.
Either take the L or get the L, because I would be
right.
I'm still in awe when like I said, I heard about it. I'm still in awe that it happened, and it happened that Will Smith did it.
Correct.
You know, because I posted it or this thing early. That's how I kind of
right.
It was gonna be talked about anyway, but I posted how Chris handled it.
Oh yeah.
And like he handled it so well, people were thinking that it was scripted.
Correct.
Because I guarantee you, any other comedian, anybody, Matter of fact, somebody posted a joint earlier. They said, okay, they said The Rock was in the audience. He was in the audience. Suppose The Rock would have been can I get my words together? Suppose The Rock would have been presenting the award. Same thing would have happened. He would have got his ass whipped on the spot.
Yeah.
Not Bernie, not Richard in his prime, not Cedric the Entertainer, not DL. Listen, that
I
would
put
not
Cat
have
Williams in there. Cat Williams would have did something.
at 5'0" would have.
I'm thinking personally, anybody other than Chris Rock would have handled it different.
Well, I take that back.
Blank,
I had an argument with somebody earlier. I'm gonna
Right.
tell you who else probably would have handled it and capitalized off it.
Kevin Hart. Both of us said it at the same time. Kevin Hart. I said that earlier. I said the only person who would have handled it this way. I feel like Kevin Hart would have went on to make more jokes.
Yep.
Maybe not about Jada, but I feel like Kevin Hart would have been a professional and would have made more jokes and kept it pushing.
I don't know. Just like I ain't think Will would slap him. I don't know how anybody gonna react these days. You know what I'm saying? The only person I know who's gonna react a certain way is me.
Right.
So I'm just telling everybody, don't run up on that stage if I'm up on that stage. That don't mean I'm gonna win, but it means you're gonna get an A effort.
I still remain impressed with the professionalism of Chris Rock because he got slapped on national TV.
Woo!
In front of his wife and children.
That's what hurt me right there, boy.
Dang, I forgot about that. I ain't thinking about that.
Yeah.
How do you, as a Black man who has a wife that you want to protect, sit on stage and allow another Black man to humiliate you and do nothing but exercise self-control and restraint?
Right.
This man gets all respect from me.
Aunt Rosa would have beat up Jada. I'm just saying, because that's how they fought back in the old days. If Aunt Rosa would have went straight to that table and started working on Jada. Y'all not gonna steal my husband like this. Now I ain't condoning violence, but I'm just telling you how stuff be handled in the country where I'm from. You're not gonna do that and get this. Everybody not going home and smiling, and you at the after party. No, it ain't gonna be no after party. You're gonna have half of Richmond SWAT down here. That's what's gonna happen. You know.
And people that are on Will Smith's side, suppose just put Chris Rock in he was having I ain't gonna say a bad day, but he handled it differently.
Right.
That puts us, when people say, us protection, all this, that puts us in a whole different light of how we're viewed at the Oscars, and we brawling. And two of the mainstream people, comics, actors, directors, Will Smith, the platform he's on, he's huge. He has power. We fighting at the Oscars on a live show.
Yeah, that's
just think, if he wouldn't have handled it this way, how left this whole, so we talking about it now.
Right. No doubt.
It would have been times 10 and times 10 even longer if he wouldn't have handled it as such.
Right.
Just saying. Think about it.
I've thought about it, Mark J. And I'm going to say this. So, after I got over the initial holding my mouth and gasping at my fake pearls and thinking about the other people who would have been in Chris Rock's position, I was disgusted because I was like, here again, we see where if this had gone altogether differently, we would have seen two Black successful men on stage rolling around in front of this white audience, the Oscars, and perpetuating this idea that the Black man is animalistic and lacks self-control and lacks poise and professionalism. And I further say that you all are role models to kids, whether you want to be or not. When you choose this life of celebrity and you just don't. Why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? I feel like he had enough time. He took that long walk, and then you had enough time to rethink this. And let me tell you, I'm sorry, I'm being a little long-winded. Let me tell you, this is what I would have preferred. I would have preferred seeing a man with Will Smith's tenure in this business and the way he's handled his career. I would have preferred to see him come up on stage and say, you know what, bruh, comedian to comedian, it's a joke. However, when I see my wife's feelings hurt and I know this hits home, it hits a little different. So, you know, with all due respect, you know, this one just hit different. I would have loved to have seen this become a moment where two Black men could have been champions both together in the end versus one looked completely small and one looks completely big. I'm gonna pause.
Well,
Will
had 2 hours left to still apologize or to reprimand or do something or express himself. You know, he gave his acceptance speech and he said something about love. We don't love in that slap.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So like he kind of like it was a hypocritical type speech to me. You know, you're preaching about love and yada yada yada, you know, and everybody's making up a lot of excuses for Will. And hey, look, you defend your family how you see fit.
Right.
Rule of thumb in my house is we're gonna protect everybody in the house, and violence is the last measure. I'm only gonna seek violence when there is no other way or no other option. You know, so many people tell other people what they should do. I can't tell. I'm not here to tell nobody what you should do, but I can tell you one thing now. You can go out here, be stupid, but now your wife is at home by herself for 12 to 15 years while you ain't there. Your kids growing up your kids growing up by themselves. So you put yourself in a situation because you want to be extra macho. You know what I'm saying? And there's a way to do what he did out of sight of that camera.
And he could have if he would have came, accepted his award, like Shonda said, and even made a joke. Will Smith is that creative where he could have made light out of and hiding himself in that situation, took it backstage and punched him in the face if he wanted to do that. You know,
commercial break out of him and own him.
Right.
I would have loved to have seen where the next day we would have seen an apology coming from Chris Tucker that went like this. Hey, y'all know what? Behind the scenes, my brother, my comedian brother, and my friend came to me and said that joke hurt. And even though he came to me privately, I made this joke publicly. Right. And I didn't mean to offend him, his beautiful wife, and anybody else who suffers with alopecia. But I wanted to come publicly and say, Jada, I'm sorry. Will, I'm sorry. He came to me privately like a man protecting his wife. But I'm coming publicly because I made this joke public. It's time out for us reacting to stuff and feeling like people need to say it's okay, whatever. Because I would have been embarrassed as his wife that you went up on stage, put your hands on this man. Because you know what? As kids, we are taught sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And I would have been embarrassed as his wife. I would have felt like, really? You put your hands on him, it won't that serious. Like me and you could have talked to him afterwards. I would have been publicly human. And then you sat there screaming expletives at the Oscars.
Right.
Yeah, I would have been embarrassed.
Yeah, I'm gonna read a comment first. This my cousin Sean. Not taking up for Will, but excuse me. I feel the emasculated brother is at his limit with insults and criticisms due to too much of the personal life being exposed in Hollywood for red table talking. Or talk ratings. Now, I agree with that. However, Will Smith has fame and power. He got there through hard work and having to put up with some of the things that he had to put up with. Now, he's also smart enough to know, you know what? There's certain stages that he took last night. He laughed first, haha, looked to the left, she's upset. Cool. Walked from point A to point B.
Premeditated.
And there's a thought process between, you know, getting up and getting on that stage. You know, that's like an agenda, you know, it's a negative agenda, but it's an agenda and it comes with consequence, you know, and not only on his level, but just think about the people that's shooting people out here, you know.
Right.
It's a process. When they go to court, you know, they don't, oh, well, there's no excuses. You know, there's a process premeditated.
Right.
You know, boiling point, cool. I got boiling points in my career, but I ain't gonna slap you. You know, like we cool. You know,
hey,
if you say something,
comment. Mark J, can I touch this comment?
You
Which one is
absolutely
it?
can.
So here's the thing. I agree with Will is at a breaking point. I saw a man who needs therapy, but I also see a man who needs therapy at the expense of his wife, making him look like a simp in the public eye all the time. These red table talks, that's your wife out here putting your business on Front Street. That's your wife out here embarrassing you at every turn. And you get on these red table talks, talk with her and promote her and even share in her sharing you all's business. Chris Rock just ate the anger that was misguided, in my opinion. And because I completely and utterly agree with this man is probably at his wits' ends about hearing about something as it relates to his family. So I agree with a part of it, but I just feel like it was misdirected.
Exactly.
Well, let's keep the party moving.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
See, that's anger right there.
That is,
Anger.
that's hurt.
That's I need help.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying right now. He want everybody in the room to know, hey, look, man, I need some help. You know, I'm crying for help right now. And a lot of people don't want to understand that. They think it's macho. You know, he's protecting his wife. He's doing that in 20% of it, but 80% of it, look, man, I need some help.
For sure.
And I'm in the room with all these people around me. He got the richest, the elites in the room. He can get some help now if he wants it.
Yeah.
So it's up to him. But his publicist did put out an apology today. I don't know if you guys
Nah, man. He can't nobody. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nah, exactly. I don't want nobody. A certain part of it he has to understand as far as how Chris Rock should feel. Like, and I didn't even think about the family and the kids and stuff like that.
Right.
No publisher should put out anything. And then they said he came back and he, apologized to the Oscars and all that. No,
yeah,
right.
First
person he should apologize to, for that public personal slap was Chris Rock. Yeah.
Right.
And not only that, because in his acceptance speech, he did apologize to the other nominees. He apologized to the Oscars, but you said nothing to your fellow Black man. Like, we keep on talking about Black Black lives matter. And right here, I feel like that Black life, Chris Rock, it mattered. But people want to, oh yeah, he should have. Why are we promoting this violence amongst our community still? Because if that had been a white man who walked up on stage and slapped Chris Rock, people would have been like, oh, see, here we go again. The white man feel privileged.
Right.
And blip, blip, blip.
Switch it around. Put a white man on stage.
Oh, put a white man up there.
Somebody getting locked up last night.
Locked up.
Hey, so also Will Smith son, I think it was his son, put out that's how we do comment today. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all not about that life. You're rich and you're pampered. You're rich and you're pampered. You got a little bit of power, but you're really not about that life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then Ricky Smiley brought up a great point as well. He was like, now you put your family in harm's way because now you're running around talking about we bought that life. And like Chris Rock don't have fans that's really about that life that might catch you at a Subway or in the mall and slap you. He was like, it's like it opens up a whole can of worms when we do things before we really think out the process and the consequences. Because there's a lot of tough guys out there, and all of them want to do this, and they about that life. And then when they in front of the judge facing 60 years, Your Honor, I didn't mean to do it, and you're crying, and it's too late now. It's too late, and that's the thing that like I had to talk with my son because he saw it, and he was like, he's telling me because he saw it on TikTok. Will Smith smacked Chris Rock last night. What's up with that? I said, we got to talk about this, man. I was like, we had a great conversation about it, of how to handle anger if you're upset, how to escalate yourself first, because that's the true process of being calm. You got to have yourself in a situation where there's no situation too big for me. Trust me, I've been insulted many a times. I done had heckle birds in the crowd. I ain't going in the crowd. They just part of the show. I'd be like, hey, that's somebody that's trying to be famous. One day they'll be up on the stage, and we keep show moving. You know, so it's all kinds of ways, you know, to handle those situations. So
I've had an incident where an older lady put her hands on me in front of my children.
oh wow.
You
Okay.
got slapped out old stuff. I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I didn't get slapped. I did get a hard chest push, you know, from an older lady.
Hmm.
And I chose restraint because, first of all, my children are right here. And I did choose to turn, and also, you're older, you're someone's mother. And I'm not going to dare be disrespectful because I would hope that someone would exercise restraint if my mom did that.
Right.
Someone, especially in front of her kids, because, you know, I'd rather have the conversation with my kids later to say, hey, you know, sometimes this is the road that you need to take. You don't feel punk. You feel good about yourself that you were able to exercise self-control, because you could make a bad situation worse. But
Right.
How old was the lady?
at the time I was 20 something, so she had to be 50s.
Okay, so right now she about 70. Okay, so you got mushed
So
by a 70-year-old.
maybe she was late 40s, because I don't think she's 70 yet. I think she's still in her late 60s. So it's about a 20-year gap between us, or so 22-year gap, something like that.
Got you. And just to caveat to the conversation, all my women, whether you black, white, Puerto Rican, small, tall, don't get it twisted. Men should protect not just black men. Okay.
Right.
Should
All
protect
men.
their women, should
Right,
protect
right,
their
right.
wives. But there's a line when you disrespect another human being. So that's just my opinion on it. And I just don't want anyone to think that I'm not on nobody's side. I just
No,
know
me
there's a
either.
line
No,
of
we're not
respect.
on anybody's side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on my side, you know.
I'm just stating my perspective. It's not
Right.
I've
Exactly.
seen something, I've observed something, and I'm stating my perspective.
Exactly.
Let's keep this thing rolling.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
See, right there, Chris is letting people know, look, okay, I got slapped, but I'm in the bag right now. The Oscars, you know, I'm up on stage. I'm getting my bag. I'm presenting whatever I'm doing, and I'm gonna let this slide for right now. That's what he's saying. I'm gonna let this slide for right now. You know, I don't know what he did when he went behind stage though, but he handled that perfectly.
Well, I don't know if y'all heard, but right before this podcast, the LAPD talked to Chris Rock, and he is not going to press charges.
He refused to press charges. And I commend him even more, because you know what? He's still protecting Will's family by not getting this man a record with the LAPD.
Right. Caesar Brooks has a comment at the bottom. Caesar Brooks has a comment. He said, we all know that the anger we all have been there.
Yeah.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. See, oftentimes what we do is we use something as the reason, but the result's gonna be the same. You commit a crime, you're gonna do the time. Now, you can get you a good lawyer if you got money, but oftentimes the people that's doing all this, I'm about it, ain't got no lawyer money.
Right.
So my point is, you got to think long and hard before you go out here and be reckless. And you see stuff like this from Will Smith, it doesn't de-escalate. People want to mimic. They want to do stuff like this. It's not going to be the last time. We will see some activity like this again, because people do stuff like this.
Is this going to change the way comedians?
No, ain't changing.
You don't think so?
No,
I'm glad.
All of my stuff, I don't really actually make fun of my audience. Those are my ticket sales right there. You know, I include them in the act, but it's going to be on a positive note. And most of my comedy is clean anyway. However, this is not going to affect anything, nothing, because of the status quo that the two people are. Like, these people are way above us. That's like Elon Musk saying, he gonna give away 5 spaceships to the first people that, you know, ain't gonna have like a raffle for $100,000 a piece. We ain't in that group. You know, this is the top of the top. So it's not gonna affect anything. Okay. Might get more security maybe.
I did say the Oscars it will not be live next year.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a 30-second delay.
That is crazy. But it's my cousin.
Man.
Respect to Chris for keeping his composure, but don't lash out on that man for one joke when people and other comedians been joking about him and his family for years. Kevin Hart. How long did Kevin Hart eat jokes about what he did to his wife?
Right. Oh
How
my
about
goodness.
the one that Charlemagne the God hit him with it? I thought he was gonna punch him because he was like, he said something about what you like with that main dish and them sides, like the side chicks. And he was like, I got some stuff on you too. don't do that. Don't do that. He said, I could come out with some stuff on you, but everybody handles it different, man. It was crazy. Hold up.
Yeah, some we've been
Y'all
had.
keep going. I gotta get rid
Yeah.
of this.
So, let me tell you, this is the other thing that I said even earlier. It's like you've seen Bernie Mac talk about his sister and her drug addiction, which is a disease and a sickness.
Right.
You've seen D.L. Hewley talk about his son and him having autism or whatever. And so the response that I got back to someone was, but that's their family. It doesn't really matter if it's your family or someone else. In Black comedy, in comedy, from the beginning of time, things that we see or hear is what's joked about. You've had plenty of jokes once upon a time where people would impersonate children who may have mental issues, or I know it's not politically correct to say, who had mental retardation, and I know that's not the new word,
right,
or whatever. But we've seen people do
so and laugh like HELL.
Like it's no tomorrow. And until the alphabet community became so powerful, people could tell jokes about them. Hence Dave Chappelle's last special. I hate that we've become so desensitized to jokes. Now, what I will say is, when you find that a joke has offended someone, please don't hear me and think that I mean that. Like, that's even in my friend group. If I make a joke here recently, me and my homegirl who I podcast with, me and her went through something, and I made a joke, and she was pissed about it. And I had to go to her and say, yo, it was a joke, but you know what? At the moment that it offended you, I'm sorry, because I love you, and my jokes are never meant to humiliate you. Right. I'm deeply, sincerely apologetic. My joke should never hurt you, and that wasn't the intention. I was really joking.
Oh, she would have slapped you with your did.
Now, if she had put her hands on me, and then we weren't in the public eye. We weren't in the public eye.
Well, y'all have been on the Comcast, the podcast. She would have
now see, that's
virtually.
The thing. It's like, here's the thing. CJ made this joke. I mean, this point. He said, we can never say what anyone else is going to do except us. But I want to give a caveat to that. I don't even know what I'm going to do in a situation until I'm approached with it. If she had put her hands on me, I can't say what would have happened, because I said this before too. My grandmother used to say, as a female, don't you put your hands on no man in a heated discussion thinking that, oh, men don't hit women. That's the quickest way to find your son on the floor somewhere. Because in the heat of the moment, he might be the type of guy who has publicly said, I would never hit a woman. But you catch him on that wrong day and you hit him thinking, I'm a woman. He's not supposed to hit me.
I won't hit a woman today.
I won't hit a woman when I'm thinking logically. But reflex will get you knocked out.
Well, we all have a pattern of behavior, a baseline that we live every day. And then we have certain things that trigger us, and we're uncharacteristically not ourselves. And my rule of thumb is everybody's capable of everything. So I'm always, okay. So, so that's why when people say, oh, that's not like him. Yeah, because you never brought that side of him out. So everybody can have a moment of rage, but that's not their normal behavior. But we only get to see that once it's brought out, just like Will Smith is living. I don't know. When I see you rich and famous, that don't mean you don't have problems. But my point is, he has so much built up inside my perspective that last night, a little bit of it came out, you know. So,
do y'all classify him as Hollywood royalty?
At this point, he's been in the spotlight so long.
I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said at this point.
Okay. Yeah, I really, really do. And that's part of the reason why, you know.
But it gives him no excuse.
Let me say this about Hollywood. Let me say this about Hollywood royalty, because I said this to someone else too this morning. I said Will Smith could have had a Kanye moment that could have been epic for promoting an awareness about alopecia. He could have had a Kanye moment and it wouldn't have went across like Kanye, because he has so much clout and tenure in the industry that nobody would have looked at it as a Kanye moment. It would have been, oh, did you all see Will Smith? And he would have had a royalty moment.
The joke would have been on Chris Rock.
It would have been. It would have been Chris
Rock. Creative. He could have flipped that thing around, just like Chris flipped it around.
Right.
And kept it moving. Will had time to think about it. Could have did whatever he did. Thought, you know what? I'm gonna get it as soon as I get up there, and flip the whole entire thing. And we would have been talking about how Chris Rock was a jerk right now.
Now, Amani Richardson has a yeah. I think there is a general assumption that Chris made fun of Jada, knowingly aware that she was suffering through alopecia. I would defend him that he probably was not aware. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have treaded in that lane of jokes. I wasn't personally aware that she was suffering from alopecia until last night. I just been thinking about that Jada's rocking a baldy. And I just want to quickly comment on that. He didn't write the joke or the monologue. The writing team put that in his script like prior to the show. He was just reading the script. You know, some of it was ad-lib, but that part they said that it was already written. They canvassed the crowd. Yeah, and then the writers, they write stuff for you in your monologue. It's not totally you just get up there. They make sure that the show is going a certain way that they want it. So he should have known better. I mean, maybe when they got to that part, you know, maybe and he said after he said it, he was like, that was a light one. You know, like I ain't wrote it, but that was a light one. It wasn't that bad. That tells me he didn't write it. And then after he read it and Will looking at him, you know, he was like, that was light. You know, he was like, oh, and then Will started walking towards him. So, you know.
Well, I
heard that it was off script. I actually heard opposite, and you know, who can know or whatever.
Right.
But so from what I saw in some other write-ups was that he actually went off script to tell the joke. And I do want to address Imani. I think she made a very valid point. I didn't know that she had alopecia until last night, because here's the thing. Ironically, I just saw a clip of her within the last 2 weeks. Her meaning Jada Pinkett Smith. I saw a clip where she was saying how a part of her rocking her hair bald now is because the whole time she was in the industry, she was tired of people saying she needed to wear her hair straight and look more European to fit the part. And she was like, she's always prided herself on her curls and she liked curly hair. And so she was like, now that I'm in the place where I don't have to answer to Hollywood and this, that, and blah, blah, she was like, now I'm rocking a bald head and I don't give a F what people think. She said, because I don't have to conform. It's about self-love. So I didn't hear her talking about alopecia and how it was hurting then. I heard her saying, I am Black woman, hear me roar. I wear my hair the way I want to, and it don't bother me what no one thinks.
Right. I personally didn't know.
I'm sorry I got into a head neck.
Hey, look, that's what it is. I didn't know. A lot of people said they did know and said it was like publicized. How can this person keep jumping on here with this nonsense? All right. I didn't know until it was my girl told me it was publicized a long time ago when she first cut her hair. And first and foremost, she don't look bad with her hair like that.
She don't.
She's still a beautiful woman. So that, you know, I don't know. I don't think Chris knew, but even if he knew, he wasn't talking about the disease itself. He was just, you know, stating his little joking point, and it was tasteless. It sucked, but you know, I don't know.
See, I'm gonna chime in on that too, okay? And I know you all know in me being on you all here and with you all watching some of Wine and Wisdom, y'all know that I'll stand 10 toes down alone on comments that I make. But let me say this. March 28th, exactly exactly 4 years ago today, I went into a hair salon and bald my head because I had finished my first round of chemotherapy and my hair was coming out. 4 years is the anniversary today.
All right.
Okay. And had I been on that stage, in that audience, and somebody be like, oh, I see Shonda got her Wakanda Forever going on these days. I would have laughed, thought it was funny. I wouldn't have, even if they didn't know my situation and that I was
Right.
cancer, I would not have been so sensitive as to think, oh, you talking about me and I got cancer and da-da-da-da-da-da. I would have thought it was a joke, people. It's funny. It's whatever. And you know what? It probably would have brightened my day that you thought enough of me to include you in your skit. Ha ha, no big deal. And if it had bothered me, I would have come backstage and be like, yo, bruh, you know, that one kind of hit different. I normally love jokes, but you know, with this cancer battle is rocking a little different for me right now. You
Well, we all know that this came from more than just those few lines.
True.
You know, it was something embedded in him, and that was just a trigger. You know, and we all got triggers now. We all got triggers, but you know, for every action, there's a reaction. And I tell you that right now. Now, I think you got lucky. That's what I think. You picked the right person on the right night at the right time. You can't do that nowhere that I know of with anybody that I know and just think you're just gonna walk your little Murray butt right back to that same seat. Oh my God! I'd have went Bruce Lee.
Like he turned around like ain't nothing happened.
Yeah,
okay.
That's why I know we need some help.
I asked the same question, Lorenzo.
Oh yeah, he won't coming up there.
Yeah,
he won't coming up there.
And I even said in my post earlier, I said some of the DC comics.
Any of them?
Yeah,
Oh.
Chico Bean.
Oh,
Chico Bean,
yeah.
it's smaller than him, but Chico Bean would have dug in him, deep.
They would have had to find some way to cut that to commercial or something.
Oh yeah, you need a commercial, a series of them.
A series of them.
And again, how would that have changed us at the Oscars?
Correct.
We already changed, man, because you got to realize a slap, a minor, anything minor with us is major.
Correct.
You know, we always have to be squeaky clean no matter what.
Right.
You know?
And I'm still trying to figure out how he looking gangster when he smacked someone like a little girl. Like,
yeah,
listen,
he stole him. He stole him. Like he remember the Fresh Fest and all the time.
Like he was in a movie.
He used to run around and steal somebody.
It was like he was in one of his little movie sets. You know what I'm saying?
It looked fake.
I saw this other meme that showed Jada face and it said, well, I'm not impressed. Tupac.
Oh, no.
Tupac would have shot him.
Yeah, no. I mean,
I saw that, man.
Yeah. That's the first one I saw last night. That was funny. That was a joke.
It was a joke.
It was a joke. You know?
And it was funny to me.
It was funny.
Okay.
But we agreed that it wouldn't have happened with nobody else.
Right.
Other than Chris Rock.
Just for real, just everybody in the audience, ask yourself.
Yeah.
If Will Smith came on stage and slapped you, what were you going to do? I'm just saying, because people like, oh, he should have done it. But what if it was you that was getting paid that money to present that award, you know, and you read off the prompter or whatever the case, or you just going to take that slap, or what you going to do? Since Chris is so, I mean, you going to react like a human being. Yeah.
My man Lockett said, Will wouldn't have walked away without a fight from me. Absolutely. F that. So what you say, but don't touch me, bro.
Don't touch me.
Don't even walk up on me.
Right. We can talk. Yeah. And I can be, here's something that I think is very, very important for everybody. I can be corrected when I'm wrong.
For facts.
I'm not too big to be corrected. I've been corrected before. CJ, you're wrong. You're out of line. My sister, people that, like your family. Family gonna have some good conversations regardless. But accepting the responsibility when you're wrong. Hey, yo, Chris, man, you know that kind of was below the belt, bro. And then take it from there. If he took that slap and faded it off, he would have accepted that. Okay, I need to apologize.
And he took it too.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Warren said he got the brakes beat off.
Yeah. To ask you both of y'all a question. Why was he not escorted out of that building? That was assault, documented assault on tape.
Status.
Okay.
And there are different rules for everybody. You
And
know, ordinary folks got different rules, and people y'all idolize, because I don't idolize nobody. It's people that I like, but I don't idolize them. You know, we got this thing where if we idolize you, you can do no wrong, no matter what you do. But if it's somebody that's ordinary, lock them out, put them in jail. You know, that's why we're never gonna change the way of living that we have, because we got people that it don't matter what they do, and then they got to suffer for everything they do. My opinion, respectfully.
Sean, what you think?
You know, it's a really good question, because it's one that I certainly, as of all of the scenarios that I've thought of today, I didn't cross that one. And so, you know, just instantly hearing it, why wasn't he? I can't even, the real question is, it's the question answers itself. Why was he not escorted out at minimum?
Right.
At minimum.
During the commercial break, there was a couple of clips that Denzel and somebody else of status was, you know, consoling him and stuff like that. And he was, I guess, crying or whatever the case is. But fact is, you know, he should have been escorted out, you know, and CJ said status. You put yourself in that status, so you have to understand that status no matter what, no matter who's saying whatever about you. You have to understand your status, whether it be the beginning, the intermediate, or an expert level, or what we call it, the royalty level in Hollywood. You have to accept that and know what you got going on. You got to keep that going on elsewhere when you're in the eyes of other people. I have to do it, and I'm a local, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
I can't get no more work if I go out here beating up people. We can't have CJ Richardson. No, not tonight.
Hey, Mark J, can we pull up Warren? I want to touch this, please. The last I'm sorry, but a real man isn't going to let another man slap you in any kind of form. You know, this is no slight to anyone, because you know, CJ, I know what your thoughts are. You like, don't even walk up on stage. Mark J, I know what your, but can I employ men in this way? It's first, I don't like to use adjectives in front of the word man, because the real thing for me is there's a difference in being born a male and being a man. And I feel like whenever you are a man, you don't have to call yourself grown, real, or anything else, right? So that's part one. Part two is, I feel like a man would do what Chris Rock did in protection of his family and his career. There are times where we have to call it low road or high road, whichever one it is. In protection of our family, our career, and how we want to be perpetuated in life and what legacy we want to. I feel like Chris Rock stood there as a proud, respected, respectful Black man by not reacting. He responded. He did not react.
He de-escalated the situation.
He did.
Yeah, because that thing could have got just like that. You know. So I agree with you.
That's the first thing I thought when I saw it, and it wasn't. I'm just, you know, I saw it. I knew everyone's gonna be talking about it. I just put that out there, and it just waved out.
I loved your post where it said Chris Rock equals professional man, and it didn't speak to agree with Will Smith. And it was just, listen. I saw this and instantaneously what I thought was, wow, this man in this moment was the epitome of professionalism and strength.
I think a lot of people don't understand the goal every day is to wake up, be happy, live, and come back home to a loving family. That's the goal. Now, had he reacted differently, his rage might have been stronger, bigger than Will's rage, because we don't know. You know, people like, sometimes the quietest person in the room is the person that you don't want to mess with.
And let me say this, perhaps if Tupac and Biggie had been what Chris Rock is today, they would still be here.
Facts.
We could be still hearing good current music from both
Facts.
of those two men in that industry if they
Facts.
understood living to fight for the next day.
Yeah, facts.
Oh yeah, Lorenzo, you right about that. He said he said we worked at the club together. I was the bartender. He said we seen a lot of dudes slapped and punched, but that was a different setting, my brother. We knew we was getting into. we knew what we was getting into when the doors opened, boy. Woo, y'all did a great job. Thank you. Hey, we had the best crew in the world. I won't worry about that.
That's my first cousin. Lorenzo's my first cousin.
Hey, good dude, man. Good
Yeah,
dude.
absolutely. 100%. My big little cousin.
Exactly. Hey, if I had a problem, hey, well, make me call one of them black shirts down here.
Dude, on a side note, you see two cats on here. You see Lorenzo, you see Sean Wynn. I got linebackers for cousins, bro.
Yeah,
linebackers for cousins, straight up. So, yeah.
Lorenzo ain't taking no junk. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I see Lorenzo now. You want me to get him? No. Calm your butt down, boy.
Right.
They said, man, whoo, dudes used to come up in the canal, boy. Thought they was about that life. Tell them dudes got a hold up. Oh man, I ain't gonna tell it all, Lorenzo. You a good dude. You did everything above board. All right, man.
Sean said, we not having it.
Yeah, trust me. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. If
yeah, they not having
it. I just don't think that Rock has been faulted for. Listen, when you come into my personal space, and like CJ said, when you enter my personal space, and at the moment that I feel protected, I'm at liberty to protect me and love me first.
Right.
I can choose to protect me or I can choose to exercise restraint. And either one can't be argued. It can't be argued. You're in my personal space over some words
right.
that you laughed at yourself.
Warren said Chris Rock should have pressed charges.
I was going to ask y'all. That was my next question.
Go ahead.
If that CJ Richardson, you on stage,
right,
and somebody
assaulted me.
No, not just somebody.
Okay.
Somebody got paper, got cheese. All you got to do is say the word because you know it's going to be settled out of court. You set for life. You ain't got to come to the Oscars no more. Do you or do you not press charges?
That's tough. You know why? The easy answer is yes.
Okay.
But myself, no. And I use it as a learning moment. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody always has to be the bigger person. Sure, Chris Rock was embarrassed. He got slapped in front of his family, his friends, and on national TV. But he can take that and teach a lot of youth and youngsters a valuable lesson. You know, I could have pressed charges on this guy, got him fingerprinted, had him sent downtown, but I took the high road. You know why? You know, because that's not who I am and what I'm standing for, and I want to teach you to be the exact same way. See, there are opportunities here if we want to take them. You know what I'm saying? And then there's the low road. You know, so he can do it either way. But in this society that we live in, sue, press charges. That's what we live in. So nobody thinks that way anymore, man. That's my answer. But I know everybody, you know, they want the money. I know. What's your answer?
I'm falling. I wouldn't have. I'd have rolled completely off stage. You wouldn't have seen me till this morning. I'm like, somebody with a medical uniform need to come get me because somebody about to get paid. Right. You know, just because you came on national TV and slapped me, I'm gonna teach a lesson, but somebody gonna learn today. Hey, yeah,
we still can learn, but how much civil? Well, we can't tell what the mental incapabilities you can get because you got slapped. Now you can't sleep, you can't think, you're afraid. You can milk that for some money. Them lawyers will get you some money. Every time I see a hand, I get nervous.
Chris got money. I mean, he got good lawyers. So
no, but my point is, you can get some money. You can get some money. You know, It don't take much to get money. People don't know that. You know, fender bender. You got a little scratch on your car, you can get about 50,000 with the right.
Shoot. Well, he says, okay. Lorenzo says, yeah, think about the bag, but they both are rich. So how much money would you give him for a slap? It's assault.
Right.
It's assault. The slap, well, you know, a bitch slap is
The
kinda
money
worse
comes from
than a
the
punch.
pain and suffering and the embarrassment. The slap is nothing.
Pain and suffering, and how much Chris Rock makes per year that he's gonna have to deal with that pain and suffering. When you
Right.
average out what I
I
have, I don't
got to
know.
go to counseling.
Yeah, all that. All
I
that.
gotta go
All
to
that.
counseling.
He could have milked it out. So I mean, I'm gonna give him props for not, you know.
Right.
But you know, I'm gonna say 85% of them I know would have been still laid up in the hospital somewhere.
Hey,
off of a
Joe
beat
Morrissey
slap.
would have had that case, boy. It would have been on.
What? No.
Chris, you ain't got to work till 2035.
So, one, I would not have pressed charges. That's
Mhm.
first, for a multitude of reasons. But I would not have pressed charges because here's the thing: how much money gives me back my integrity to my family and for those who witness this? And then with the social media era and the number of memes that we know, and everyone's 2022 comedy show that they do for 2022 is going to include this. They already got Tay Diggs and April Jones reenacting
Right.
the whole thing on TikTok,
Yeah.
you know. And so if he wanted to milk this from, and we always talk about cyberbullying and all of this other stuff, there are so many ways in which he could have milked this for money. But I always go on this too: all money ain't good money. And sometimes oh, that's just how I feel.
Oh, yeah.
And there are times where the bigger lesson is taught by being the bigger person.
Yeah, all money ain't good money unless you ain't got no money. And that's when the rubber meets the road.
No,
Well,
that's when your value system kicks
I
in.
understand that, but I'm trying to tell you about the real life. See, everybody don't think like we think. You know what I'm saying? So if you get an opportunity to cash in, people cash in. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying, but then we put the reality to it. People want to cash in these days. You know, a lady hit me and somebody I backed into her. I was like, hold up now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute now. I got the and you T-boned me. So how did my car get over there? You know, you done back slammed and gone into me, and then she done called the insurance and told me she had an accident and I hit her while we were gathering our information. People want to cash in, man. I'm telling you.
Yana Marie Diaz. What is so-and-so? You know, listen, I rock a shortcut. Like I say, I was bald for close to a year.
Right.
And so let me tell you, when I went back, I had been on short-term disability, had finished up my 6 rounds of chemo, and I went back to work. And a white dude who was a lead on one of the other teams, he came over to express, you know, how wonderful it was to see me back and this another. And he was married to he was a white guy. He was married to a black woman. And he said to me, he said, Shonda, he said, you know, I just think a bald head is beautiful on you. He was like, I just think about the whole Wakanda thing and da, 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 da. He was trying to be nice and whatever. He could have chose some different words. I didn't need you to tell me about Wakanda to say that I look nice with a bald head.
Right.
You know, it just took it to a different level.
Right.
We don't have to be about race. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It didn't have to be about I'm a black woman with a bald head. I got a bald head. It is what it is. Like I think of India Arie's song all the time. I am not my hair. My hair does not determine. I've had hair past my bra strap, and I've had no hair, and my confidence level has never suffered.
Right.
So and no one could shake me on that. And that G.I. Jane, like, okay, come with something better than that. Like,
well, I'm gonna give her a pass. I'm gonna give her a pass. You know, I mean, not that I didn't know. And she made someone else have possibly made a joke that was, well, might have called her G.I. Jane before. She ain't like it. Who knows? I don't know. I'm gonna give her a pass for the G.I. Jane thing. I just don't think it
She's
should have been
entitled to
taken.
feel. Listen, we can't make jokes and tell people how to feel about them.
True,
So
true.
she's entitled to
Right.
her opinions
Yeah.
and her perspective.
Yeah.
But again, for me, it's all in how you handle things. I just don't. I personally, that's just Shonda 101. I don't see G.I. Jane. I could have seen if he had said, "Hey, well, I see you got your wife to yourself tonight."
Oh, yeah, right.
How would that have been taken?
I think he was gonna get slapped anyway. Now that I think about it, I just think he was gonna get slapped anyway. It was like, tonight is the night I'm gonna slap this.
So he was wishing. He came to the Oscars wishing.
He was sitting up there, you know what I'm saying? Like,
would
I might have, yeah.
So you said he sized everybody up. Okay,
Man,
he too big. He too big.
He had practiced his vocals to yell
He's like,
up on that stage. He had me.
I don't think he like specifically said that, but he knew that the monologue was gonna get some crowd roasting, and he was probably like, I wish this, because he had roasted all the couples beside him. What made you thought you weren't gonna get some? I think he was over there prepping, like, okay, say something about me and my wife and see what happens. You know, I think he was thinking more he gonna say something about August Alsina or something like that. You know what I'm saying? He a slick one right here. I had to check him one time before, but he said something. It says something about my wife, and I'm going up here, and I'm not. And then G.I. Jane came, and he said, "Bing!"
The G.I. Jane plus Chris Rock on that stage.
Got him. It's like, here go my excuse, here go my moment, and he walked his happy-go-lucky.
That's crazy.
Oh man!
And I tell you, look, we done went an hour. We done heard opinions. We done had some questions answered. We've answered some questions.
This is for me. I'm never bringing it. I'm not talking about this on my social media. This is it. I got everything I needed to get out right here, and and I'm gonna turn the like responses or comments off on all my other posts. I don't want to talk about this no more. You know.
I got one more night of it because
oh yeah, y'all.
Listen, well, the fourth week of the month we try to do current affairs each month.
Oh, well, this current.
And voila.
Yeah, I'm gonna tune in, but I ain't got nothing.
Yeah. That's what was given to us on a silver platter.
Yeah, they handed this one. It was handed to us.
Take a look at this.
Listen, so I got one more night of it, but after that,
yeah, it's over. Yeah,
it's done. Because here's the thing. It's living too much as a negative,
right,
for our community,
right.
And I don't want that narrative. I want to see these men maybe publicly work it out and have a discussion. Maybe he go on Red Table Talk, and
I want some community service. Oh,
yeah,
my bad.
There, CJ. No, you've said a word right there. Maybe some communities. I don't feel like he needs to give up his Oscar. I'm happy that Chris Rock didn't press charges, but I think that he does need to show a form of remorse in the way that helps a community or something like that. I think he maybe makes a donation to or starts an awareness with the alopecia community and have to make some. I don't know, but
something good can come out of this.
Something good can come out.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure it will.
Right.
But
now, will it?
I think it's just going to be, I ain't going to say, I don't think it's going to be real. The real
rich people make problems go away with money. That's how they make it go away.
Yeah, it's
I know where you're going with that, Mark J, because I feel like I feel like when I was on with you all, another thing, and somebody had to do one of these public, that man, when he was cheating on his wife, but telling all those other black men that they weren't treating their wives right.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like these apologies are so scripted and they're never genuine.
There's something else behind it.
Correct. I would love to see the moment where there's a sincerity, and not just for the public eye and to keep stardom.
I think it's too late.
Because his moment was on the Oscars for it to be sincere.
Or even within the next 24 hours.
with it. I don't know, Mark J. But, like, you know, he had a long time to walk up on that stage. Then he walked
He had
off.
all night.
Yeah,
This was early.
that's it. But I mean, again, like we said, we don't know what he was going through. Not that that's an excuse, but he's had enough time to think what happened. It's been enough chatter out here that he could have, whether it be Facebook, because the social media, and
Twitter.
we know it's been blowing up. He should have publicly apologized to that man. No, it's no excuse for not apologizing to him. I don't care what Chris Rock said. No excuse.
Because this see, both of you all have sons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So you get smacked on TV, and your son wakes up the next morning to TikTok, YouTube, social media, the shade room, and all this stuff, and see their dad being slapped.
Okay. Well, the first thing my son gonna say, well, why daddy ain't come home last night? Because I'm gonna be down at the Justice Center. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, mama, come get me. It's something at it.
Yeah,
You
all
know,
I'm gonna do is pray that it never
that's
happens.
what I keep thinking about. I keep thinking about this man's family having to see this old, you know, every picture is.
Oh, that ain't going nowhere.
It's not. And his family has to keep.
Oh, his kids, I don't know how old his kids are, they got that at school. I think they might be adults though.
Social media, and that's gonna live for the rest of his career. It's gonna be lingering the rest of his career.
Remember that time you got slapped at the Oscars? Yeah. Might be on late night tonight. I'm gonna have to catch it.
Isn't it?
I know Saturday Night Live gonna eat it up.
Oh yeah.
Funny on the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
I can't wait. Well, we're gonna give takeaways. Well, I mean, we've given some, but we're gonna give an official takeaway, and then we're gonna ride into the sunset like we do. So we're gonna let ladies go first.
Yes, sir.
So I did a fact check. Chris Rock's daughter is 19, and well, he has two daughters, Lola and Zara. One's 19 and one's 17. I did just do that, but anyway, look here, folks. I'm just at 45 years old. I'm about being the bigger person and acting in wisdom. That's just where I am. You know, the 20-year-old me, if we had podcasts about this, Mark J would have needed the bell, the ding, because I've been like this. Listen, you know, but in life, when you have lived and you've learned, what you hope to exercise is wisdom. And I'm not saying who's right or who's wrong, but I will say that if I had to choose who I wanted to be like in this situation, it would definitely be Chris Rock. I'm just not about promoting violence, especially amongst ourselves. Again, because doesn't Black Lives Matter even when it's a Black life and a Black life? And this was not where someone was killed, but someone was assaulted. And so I think that's what's to be looked at. In closing, I also want to say tomorrow night, 8 p.m. We will be chatting because there's some different people. And so we get to hear some different perspectives. Definitely. I'd love to have the two of you, even if you can't come on.
We'll drop in for a second.
Yeah, drop in. I'm going to send y'all the link. And you will chat it up again. But I hate that this has happened because it's just another negative narrative amongst our community, and it really hurts my heart.
Right. All right. My takeaway. Look, I want to tell you guys, don't think you can mimic what you see on TV. These people are rich and famous. What they get away with, they get away with. They got high-powered lawyers and a bank account that's unmatched. But the real thing I want everybody to know is, and you already know, a lot of people walk around, they bout their life, and they bout it until they get in a world of trouble. And that key word is trouble. It's so easy to get into. One lax in judgment could have you away from your family for the rest of your life. So you need to think long and hard before you get into trouble. And I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. If I let my family down, that'd be the worst thing that I could do in my whole entire life. Mm-hmm. So I try to think carefully about the things that I do. So sometimes, even if it makes me look like the smaller man, the inferior person, I'm okay with that because I get to come home to my son every day, and he gives me a hug and says, "I love you, Daddy." So it's not about public perception. It's about how you feel and where you are in life. So that's why a lot of people are seeing Chris Rock in a light where he wasn't a manly man. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. But right now, he's at home with his loving family. And that's all that matters. Don't you put yourself in a situation where you ain't at home with your loving family. And that's my outtake.
I like that. I'm just laughing. I'm gonna post this comment before I give mine.
I already know which one.
I tried to bust out laughing while you was giving.
Hey man, hey, I read it while I read it.
That's the only thing about podcasts. I read it.
That's funny. That's funny.
Clean out laughing.
I'm gonna get Chris on you.
Yeah. Don't make me call Will.
Don't make me call Will around here.
Yeah.
I mean,
A joke.
My takeaway. It's a lesson. It's a cultural lesson. I can't say it's a black lesson, it's a white lesson, it's a human lesson. You know, we got two successful black men that we sincerely as a society, and I'm gonna say us because it's two black men that we need to pray for. You know, pray for them, pray for their families, because number one, there's no good that's coming out of it.
Right.
Because we gonna get beat up on Facebook. Because it's two black men, we gonna get beat up on Facebook. They gonna say, oh, because of blah blah blah. No, it could have happened with two white men. So we just need to take it as a lesson. You know, families are affected, and just think about how bad this could have been. You know, because this is viewed, it's on TV, it's live. But we got people in South Side, we got people in North Side, East End, West End, that on our level, like you said, CJ, nobody comes home.
Exactly.
Nobody goes home to their family.
Exactly.
So that's the real lesson. From me, I do think that I am upset with Will because he should have apologized. You know, period. I still stand to the fact that Chris Rock handled it as a professional. So I'm gonna say the Oscars had the right person. We had the right person on that stage. And you know, when I say we, I don't play the race card, but we had the right person on that stage, you know, that represented, to your point, a grown ass man. You know, I don't know what set he came from, how he was raised, but on that stage last night, he was a grown ass man on the platform that he's on. You know, so I'm gonna give him just give him praise, but we need to pray for all those people involved, Jada included, black women. If you felt insulted,
we love you.
We love you.
To all our black beautiful queens, we love you.
So that's just what it is. So
wine and wisdom.
Yeah,
we love you.
So to all you watching, that's gonna be watching the replay, Shonda, what's your Instagram and your Facebook? Say that real quick.
So on YouTube, you can find us at Wine and Wisdom. That's Wine, WINEAND, Wisdom, WIZDOM. On Instagram and TikTok, you can find us on wine_and_wisdom, WIZDOM. And on Facebook, you can find us as wine ampersand wisdom, you know, the and sign, because truly it's wine and with the ampersand wisdom. But so that's what it is. It's wine and wisdom on everything, but there's sometimes a variation because they won't let you use special characters
on everything. CJ, where can they find you at, my brother?
Man, y'all gonna catch me at the corner store in a few minutes playing them goddamn little lucky lottery games. You know, that when you walk in the door, bling, 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 bling. Yeah. Y'all ain't want no casino, so I got to go there. Nah, I'm just playing, man. Hey, CJ Richardson on all platforms. CJ Richardson, Comedy CJ. Look me up. Let's laugh together. Let's love together. If we can, let's help somebody together. That's all I got to say about that.
And y'all already know. I'm your man, DJ Mark J, the East End's favorite DJ. Instagram, DJ Mark J, or the DJ Mark J Experience. On Facebook, DJ something, I don't know. I posted in the comments, but you on this page, so you got to know. I don't even know what my business page is. The DJ Mark J Experience. That's what it is. The DJ Mark J Experience. So we thank y'all for coming.
You ain't nothing, Blue.
Yeah,
You ain't nothing, Blue.
all I do is
All you do is spin records. What you think you? DJ Brick?
That's
King
right.
of Brick? You ain't nothing.
Well, we thank y'all.
That's the movie,
Until the
man.
next one-on-one or until tomorrow
Welcome
when
to
y'all check Shonda out
Hollywood.
on Wine and Wisdom. You know how we ride out, CJ. We getting these BMWs.
Let's get in them.
Oh.